A very warm welcome to Hop TV Newswatch tonight. Hoping you had a wonderful day today. My name is Melissa Odor. Monica Cheng is on the sign language interpretation tonight. Newswatch begins now. President William Ruto has this morning presided over a cabinet meeting at the Kakamega State Lodge in Kakamega County. A dispatch from the cabinet stated that the session, which is the cabinet's second meeting outside the capital, Nairobi, is part of the president's commitment to lead an open, accessible, and accountable government. The meeting is part of President Ruto's four-day tour of Western Kenya, which entered the fourth day today. The meeting took stock of projects and programs being implemented in Western region and around the country. It appraised on reforms sanctioned to turn around the region's sugar sector. It also noted the successful security operation in northern Rift counties, and the forthcoming Africa Climate Change Summit to be hosted in Nairobi was also noted. The cabinet spelled out various interventions towards food security in view of the coming short rains, and also approved 4 crucial bills that promote healthcare in the country.
It is very good that we are having this cabinet in Kakamega, maybe for the first time in the history of Kenya. And I think it is a very positive thing to do. The rest of us have been here for a few days, and it's been a wonderful moment being in Kakamega. As you can see, we have good weather. We've had wonderful reception from the people of Kakamega. They have actually requested us to extend our stay here by a month. So you might not see us in Nairobi. You might not see us in Nairobi anytime soon.
And the Law Society of Kenya, LSK, has cautioned over remarks made by President William Ruto on Janswat Singh Rai, the billionaire businessman who was kidnapped and later released on Sunday. Addressing the press, LSK President Eric Thaury said the society was concerned over the president's remarks, which have far-reaching implications on the rule of law and societal stability, given that Rai is one of the parties involved in a court dispute over the Mumias Sugar Company. Cynthia Masibo reports.
The remarks by President William Ruto during his visit to Mount Elgon region have now triggered reactions with the Law Society of Kenya urging the president to withdraw the remarks.
A complete turnaround.
At a press briefing, LSK President Eric Thaury highlighted the recent kidnapping and subsequent release of Janswat Singh Rai, who is one of the parties involved in the court dispute over the Mumias Sugar Company, which has gained attention due to its implication for the economic and legal landscape of the region.
The demand that we want to make on the president is to not only withdraw and apologize for those very, very unfortunate remarks, but also to allow the due process of law to take its course to its logical.
They urged the president to retrace his steps following the remarks and reverse the growing culture of impunity and misuse of the state, law, and power.
But as a Law Society, we wish to remind them that they took an oath to serve justice without fear or favor. And we ask them not to relent in seeking judicial intervention. We assure them that the Law Society will support them in the event that they are intimidated as they undertake their duties. And also, we are hopeful that the Kenyan people and the right-thinking civil society organizations and everyone will join us.
Thaury underscored the significance of fair legal proceedings and the adherence to established legal norms. Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Cynthia Masibo.
Meanwhile, senators allied to the Azimio la Umoja coalition have joined in criticizing President William Ruto over his recent remarks about sugar cartels on Sunday during his tour of the Western Kenya region. Minority Leader in the Senate, Stewart Madzayo, noted that the remarks were dangerous and a threat to investment in the country. And as Grace Ahati reports, the senators now want President William Ruto to apologize to the international business community over his remarks, which, according to them, also hinted at endangering the life of billionaire businessman Jaswant Rai.
Tumeweka pesa bilioni 260.
President William Ruto has come under fire over his sentiments on Sunday, where he vowed to dismantle cartels frustrating the sugar subsector. Speaking in Western Kenya, the president demanded that two investors fighting for control of Mumias Sugar Company must cease, pack up, and move out.
Either wahame Kenya, ama nitawaweka jela, ama wasafiri waende mbinguni.
Billionaire businessman Jaswant Rai, who owns Kabras Sugar Company, was allegedly kidnapped for 24 hours after a CCTV footage provided by his family showed how he was seemingly abducted in Nairobi's Kilimani area. Today, the Azimio senators took issue with President Ruto's remarks, which they linked to the incident. Addressing the press in Nairobi, the lawmakers led by Minority Leader in the Senate, Stewart Madzayo, noted that the statements were dangerous, reckless, and a threat to investors in the country.
Mr. Jaswant Rai is a human being whose life deserves to be protected at all costs, just like any other person living in Kenya. The president was out of line in stating that Mr. Rai be taken to heaven. And we all know what that means. Mr. Rai's family has had a long history of investments in Kenya in edible oils, sugar, and other products. It has extended its dominance in the sugar sector, thus President terming him as a cartel.
They quoted Article 27 of the Constitution, which gives every person a right to life, and Article 40, which stipulates that every person has the right to acquire and own property in Kenya.
Article 40 of our Constitution stipulates that every person has the right, either individually or in association with others, to acquire, own property of any description and in any part of Kenya. By virtue of this article, Mr. Rai has the right to own and run businesses while enjoying the said right.
The leaders have now called upon Ruto to apologize to the international business community, emphasizing that there are better ways to address matters concerning the revival of the sugar subsector in the country other than issuing threats.
And that a lot of us have no second country to run to if we throw this country into chaos. I want to ask the president and the deputy to know that to whom more is given, more is required of them.
Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Grace Ahati.
Thank you, Grace, for that report. Now, Embakasi East MP Babu Owino has been acquitted in a criminal case where he was charged with behaving disorderly at Big Club, where a DJ, Felix Orinda, is said to have been shot. The trial court found and held that the prosecution did not adduce sufficient evidence to convict the Member of Parliament. Senior Principal Magistrate Bernardo Choi said the prosecution failed to record even the statement of the victim, while the ballistic evidence produced in court was scanty and unreliable. The magistrate further said that the prosecution had failed to convince the court that the MP was involved in the shooting, as it did not produce medical report as regards to samples and swabs that were taken at the scene on the 17th of April 2020 when the incident occurred. He pointed out that even the ballistic expert admitted in his evidence that the bullet and the cartridge that was recovered at the scene did not match. Speaking after the acquittal, Babu said he is now looking forward to Evolve's full recovery.
Thank you very much, members of the press. Today, I want to take this opportunity to thank the Almighty God for the just concluded case, for the judgment that has been read today by Honorable Bernardo Choi. I want to take this opportunity to thank my advocates, Advocate Duncan Okach, for the great job he has done, Advocate Elisha Ongoya, for the great job he did, Senior Counsel James Orengo, which I ought to have started with in that order, Advocate Ndegwa Njiru, who's also taken his time to be here with us, who has helped me in several other cases and also this case. And I really want to thank members of the press. I also want to thank members of the public for the patience they've had with me in this case. And also, most importantly, I also want to thank my wife and my family members for the great support they accorded me during this trial. Also want to thank DJ Evolve, Felix Odhiambo Orinda, for being my friend, for trusting in our friendship, for always being there for me. And I want to say that this judgment has gone the way the Almighty God wanted it to go. That is how God wanted it to go. And I want to say that the day that I will be victorious is the day that I will see DJ Evolve walk, stand by my side. And I want to assure DJ Evolve and members of the public that I will walk by DJ Evolve's side. I will always be there for him. And in fact, I'm planning to take him to India for further treatment. And I'm praying to the Almighty God to grant Felix both the physical and spiritual strength to heal Felix and to ensure that Felix walks in the near future.
The National Computer and Cyber Crimes Secretariat Committee has revealed that the WorldCoin project is targeting citizens from developing countries due to a lack of full disclosure by the cryptocurrencies. The committee said most Kenyans remain ignorant of the security threats brought about by the WorldCoin. While appearing before the Directorate of Departmental Committees Ad Hoc Committee on the WorldCoin inquiry, the Cyber Crimes Department said that they are collaborating with other entities, such as the DCI, to uncover more on the project. As Tess Njenga now reports, this comes as it emerged that none of those who were registered through the IRIS have been reported to have converted the tokens and withdrawn the cash.
WorldCoin is part of an artificial intelligence economic race to determine who controls the AI economy in the world. This is according to the National Computer and Cybercrime Secretariat NC4 unit, which has revealed that the WorldCoin project is targeting citizens from developing countries due to the cryptocurrency's lack of full disclosure.
Individuals, entities, companies.
It has also pointed out that WorldCoin project has been banned in some countries after it failed to meet requirements for registration, signifying a need for better legislation in the country.
So in some countries where they've gone and now the authorities demand full disclosure, they find it non-tenable and they exit. So that is, in brief, what we're able to establish so far. They're not able to meet the requirements of those countries for registration to operate.
They are targeting developing countries, first of all, whereby they think that the minimum wage bill is below average and therefore a small token will actually be of good use to sell your data. The token, the currencies you're talking about, it is highly likely that they will not be able to convert that into physical cash. That is a deception measure to allow for people to come give out their information. Look at the mobile application, first of all.
While responding to the Parliamentary Committee on the WorldCoin saga, the NC4 noted that most Kenyans are not aware of the security threats brought about by the WorldCoin project. They added that Kenyans who participated in the data collection exercise were deceived by the idea of tokens, which allegedly amounts to about 7,000 shillings when converted. However, none of the participants has been reported to have accessed the money, as reports say that more Kenyans are still getting registered.
Despite the suspension of the operations, the international, I call it the international, world coin operations were only banned in Kenya, but the other countries are ongoing and it is accessible to any global citizen.
WorldCoin, a project by OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, has been heavily criticized globally over privacy concerns, but the company's website says the project is completely private and that data is deleted or a user can opt to have it stored in encrypted form. However, the NC4 says that the project is part of the WE.30 technology that can enable a computer to verify a human being, leveraging on blockchain technology.
Now, WorldCoin is in its effort is trying to spearhead the Web 0.30 technology, which is a new and emerging technology. When we look at the Web 0.30, it actually leverages on AI, machine learning, and the blockchain technology. And the fundamental idea is actually to decentralize the openness and increase consumer usefulness.
It has also been revealed that unlike other companies which use the ordinary data collection methods, the WorldCoin data collection is more sophisticated and uses specialized equipment, with the parliamentary committee asking the cybercrime unit to conduct further investigations on the eyeball equipment.
We've said WorldCoin is leveraging on blockchain technology in terms of what you put there cannot be amended, it cannot be edited. The nodes that participating within the blockchain have equal rights to be able to deny or to accept any transaction that needs to be done. Of course, that is on the advantage side.
Other witnesses due to appear on the inquiry include the Central Bank of Kenya Governor, the Data Protection Commissioner, the Directorate of Criminal Investigation, among others. The government, through the Ministry of Interior, has suspended the activities of the cryptocurrency project WorldCoin as government agencies assess potential risks to public safety.
Yes, I believe this can be done.
Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Tess Njenga.
That story brings us to our first short break here on Hope TV Newswatch. We will be back with many other stories. Don't go too far.
Love Nairobi Festival with evangelist Andrew Palau is coming to Nairobi. All are welcome at this free event. 3 days of great music with Don Moen, Pompi, Evelyn Wanjiru, and more of Kenya's best artists. Bring the kids to the family fun zone, see high-flying motorcycle and BMX bicycle demonstrations. Love Nairobi Festival, 15th to 17th September at the University of Nairobi Sports Grounds. Friday, 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. More details at lovenairobifestival.org. It's free.
I've actually been trying to find a balance. It's been really tough and hectic, but everyone says once you get a hang of it, it becomes better, and I don't know, but I'm hoping to find a balance soon because it's really been hectic. But you've been in the job industry for a long time, so I think you would know better. Cindy?
Huh? What time is it? I need to catch up on Leadership Forum. Do they have a radio here? Never mind. I brought my own.
No way. You can't be serious. Wait, why do you have a radio and you can just catch up with the shows on Hope FM podcast?
Really? Even which of the one?
Yeah. I mean, you can find them on whatever platform, name it. AfriPods, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it.
But I'm not subscribed on any of them.
So no worries. You can just check out their latest episodes on hopemediakenya.org.
You can now listen to select Hope FM programs on your favorite podcast streaming platform or directly on our website, www.hopemediakenya.org. Listen and live.
Back. Now, President William Ruto has commissioned the Kenya School of TVET in Ebunangwe, Vihiga County, which is expected to be the center for training TVET instructors across the country. During his fourth day of his Western Kenya tour, the president also led the groundbreaking ceremony of an affordable housing program project in what will deliver 220 affordable houses with plans for another 1,000 units in Vihiga County. He said the initiative will not only provide homes, but also generate job opportunities for the youth. The president also launched various development projects in the county and is expected in Kakamega County tomorrow.
Just to assure you kwamba hii county ya Vihiga ndio county ya Joe Kadenge, the biggest name in the history of Kenyan sports. Na kwa heshima ya Joe Kadenge tumeingia pale Gisambai Primary School. Huko ndio Joe Kadenge alisomea, huko ndio mazishi ya Joe Kadenge ilifanyika, na tunaanzisha pale academy ya sports ya kwanza katika hiyo shule.
Tumengoja miaka 60 ndio kuona president hapa Bunyore. Nasema president, we are proud of you. We are proud of you. Yale umefanya imeenda kwa historia. Hata wazee tumekuwa na amesema hii ni historia kubwa. Yeye vile amesema ni rafiki yangu. Na wakati 2009 tulikuja na yeye hapa. Tukafanyia harambee vijana wote wa Emuhaya. Na pia yeye ndio alikuwa waziri wa kwanza wa agriculture kupeana mbolea kwa watu bila malipo hapa Bunyore.
Kisa amezunguka na leo ametoa uamuzi kama ule ametoa saa hii kwamba hii itakuwa training college ya hali ya juu, moja kwa zile chache za kitaifa hapa Emuhaya. Kule Bungoma jana walimusihi atengeneze Sangalo iwe polytechnic ya kitaifa. Pia watu wakauliza mambo mengi. Mheshimiwa Rais, sasa mimi sifichi siri kwa sababu umeamua, uamuzi umetoka. Mimi nataka niambie watu wa sehemu hii, President kupitia kwa kikao chake, sasa Sangalo ni polytechnic ya kitaifa ambayo imeingia.
Tutapunguza gharama ya chakula kwa kushughulika na wakulima. Na mimi nataka niwashukuru nyinyi wakulima. Leo katika baraza la mawaziri ambayo tumetoka saa hizi, tumekubaliana ya kwamba tutatoa ardhi ya serikali kuzalisha mbegu ya mahindi zaidi. Kwa sababu wakulima wetu wamejitokeza kulima na sisi kama serikali tutawashika mkono. Tumekubaliana pia ya kwamba tutatoa pesa bilioni 4 ya kuhakikisha kwamba bei ya chakula ya mkulima isirudi chini kuliko kiasi fulani, ndio to balance interest ya consumers na interest ya producers, ili tuhakikisha kwamba we manage the market infrastructure for the benefit of consumers and producers.
The Senate has approved the establishment of the National Dialogue Committee and 8-member technical team to support it. Senate Majority Leader Aaron Cheriot had urged senators to put their political differences aside and support the motion, stating that the committee is critical to looking at all the issues that both the majority and the minority have submitted for dialogue. The motion was seconded by Minority Leader Stuart Mwadzayo, who said the dialogue team is critical as it will ensure the country is moving forward united. The National Dialogue Committee is led by National Assembly Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah from the Kenya Kwanza side and Wiper Leader Kalonzo Musyoka from the Azimio side, and will recommend appropriate legal and policy reforms on issues affecting Kenyans in line with the Constitution and respecting functional and institutional integrity of state organs.
Mr. Speaker, aware that Article 1 of the Constitution of Kenya provides that all sovereign powers belong to the people of Kenya and shall be exercised only in accordance with the Constitution. Further aware that Article 1(2) of the Constitution provides that the people of Kenya may exercise their sovereign power either directly or through their democratically elected representatives. conscious that Article 10 of the Constitution espouses the national values and principles of governance, which include the rule of law, democracy, and participation of the people. Further conscious that Article 94 of the Constitution provides that Parliament manifests the diversity of the nation, represents the will of the people, and exercises their sovereignty, recognizing that there is need to embrace
And furious Kiambu County members of the County Assembly are threatening to launch impeachment proceedings to remove area governor Kimani Wamatangi from office. The ward representatives say the governor is mismanaging county affairs, further accusing him of dictatorship and failed leadership and inability to manage the county development plan. The MCAs further claim the governor had turned into a lone ranger and has been unable to work with other leaders. They have further lamented over failed inclusion of other major stakeholders in decision-making processes in the county.
We have seen Governor Kimani Wamatangi working as a one-man show government, that he's the one who decides where, what to be done, where, and each and every department he's hands-on, that even you cannot ask a chief officer, roads, to give you a grader, you have to report to Wamatangi's office. We are saying this is not the way Kiambu should work.
So one of the problems with our governor is decision making is very poor. On the other side, as you're all aware, the chief officers are accounting officers. They're the ones in charge of the public finance management, and they're the ones who are in charge of the human resource management. So our chief officers are getting 1 month contract. Every month they get a contract. Every month a contract. So it means our chief officers, our accounting officers in Kiambu County are acting as casuals. Governor, today these members of County Assembly are asking you to give us projects that can be accounted for. That is what, and sustainable to our people. Don't give them chicks that are dying within 2 days. We are not going to allow that.
And actually, we are challenging the Office of the Auditor General to audit this issue. And if need be, people must be surcharged for getting monies illegally, because this house is mandated to vet the chief officers before they are appointed. We also have the small matter of the chief of the CECM roads. As we all know, this house vetted waziris, and 3 of them have resigned. And at an acting capacity, the CEC roads was never vetted by this house. And again, we are inviting the relevant, and we've written to the relevant bodies or arms of government to investigate this matter. And again, if need be, this is an illegality and people must be surcharged.
To some regional news now, the head of Sudan's army, Abdel Fattah Burhan, has met with government members for the first time since conflict with the rival general erupted in mid-April. The dispute between the military, led by General Abdel Fattah Burhan, and the Rapid Support Forces, RSF, commanded by Mohamed Hamdan Dagalo, escalated in open fighting on the 15th of April, plunging Sudan into chaos. The conflict disrupted crucial sectors like health and food, but the information minister expressed confidence that these issues would soon be resolved. Burhan gave a rare public speech during his first tour outside the capital since the conflict's start. Additionally, Mohamed Hamdan Dagalo unveiled a new initiative to restart peace talks between the two forces. To some business now, national carrier Kenya Airways has posted operating profit of 998 million shillings for the first time in 6 years. While releasing its half-year results for the 2023 financial year, KQ reaffirmed its progress towards recovery with a 120% improvement from a loss of 5 billion shillings reported for the same period in 2022. During the period, revenues grew by 75 billion shillings, a 56% increase compared to the same period last year. In a statement, KQ said that the improvement was realized through passenger charters, ramped-up scheduled operation partnerships with other airlines, lease rental renegotiations, and other cost reduction measures. KQ said that the improvement was realized through the passenger charters, ramped-up scheduled operations, partnerships with other airlines, lease rental negotiations, and other cost reduction measures. Absa Bank PLC has reported net earnings of 8.3 billion shillings for the half year ended 30th of June 2023, a 32% increase over the same period last year, supported by sustained double-digit revenue growth across key revenue streams. The impressive 6-month results were underscored by a sustained quality income mix and a strong and high-quality balance sheet, with the bank's asset base maintaining upward momentum. Absa's revenue increased by 31% to 27.4 billion shillings, boosted by a 33% rise in net interest income to 19.2 billion shillings. At the same time, customer deposits increased by 18% in the 6 months to 333 billion shillings.
We want to be the bank for that future customer, and we want to build it now. And so you will see a significant amount of work repurposing our retail bank, which is already strong, and taking it to a world-class standard through investments in digitization and a number of other initiatives.
We aim to make sure our business bank becomes a true market leader, because SMEs are the oxygen of the Kenyan economy, and any bank has to find its way into the fabric of that economy.
You see 31% growth in revenue. You've seen costs, the one I've covered, of 15%, 16% positive jaws, impairment picking up at 74%. This brings our profit after tax for this reporting period at 32%. Really stellar performance, as Abdi had mentioned. Something that, if you look at our purpose that has just been recently launched, the core pillar there is outperformance.
And Dixon Wandera, a father of two based in Nairobi, has secured the second 1 million shilling grand prize in Safaricom's Gomoka and Go Monthly promotion. The telecom company launched the promotion in June this year to empower customers with affordable data package, as well as purely enriched minutes plan, and the opportunity to win substantial prizes. So far, more than 423,310 customers have won monthly and daily instant cash prizes since June.
Today is a very exciting day for us. Today we are here to congratulate and celebrate Dixon, who is our second 1 million winner in the Gomoka na Go Monthly campaign. This campaign started in June. It's a 3-month campaign. And the whole idea of the campaign is to demonstrate to Kenyans that there's so much value that you can get by buying monthly bundles. Monthly bundles are what we call 30-day plans, where you're able to either get a data-only plan, a voice-only plan, or an integrated plan that delivers more value to our customers.
To some sports now, Nandi Senator Samson Cherargei is now calling for reforms in the management of sports in the country. Speaking a day after the national athletics team landed in the country, Cherargei attributed the performance for the team Kenya, which he described as poor, to team demotivation in the tasks to take care of athletes' welfare, and sensationally claimed that money meant for the sportsmen was misappropriated. The senator has castigated the sports minister, Babu Namwamba, for the various corruption allegations raised in his docket. The CS has also decried the poor compensation of athletes.
Poor performance at the World Championships in Budapest and the mishandling of athletes by Athletics Kenya and Ministry of Sports, Youth and Culture. In the past few days, we have witnessed our team participate in World Athletics Championships in Budapest, Hungary. And from the onset, I wish to congratulate our heroes and heroines for being great patriots and flying our flag high in several events. And it is important to note that almost the entire gold was won by women, and therefore there is power in women. I wish to single out the superb performance of Faith Kipyego, the legendary, who has proved to be the greatest runner of all times in 1500 meters and 5000 meters, where she became the first woman in the world to win gold in both races at the same event. I wish to congratulate Mary Mora for bagging gold in 800 meters, becoming the third woman after the previous two. Though we managed to come top in Africa and 50 in the world, it is in the heart of Kenyans that this year's World Championships was poorly performed compared to the performance of previous engagements. We witnessed obvious errors and dismal performance in the same track and field events, whereby, for example, we lost in one of our traditional track event of 3,000 meters triple chase, a title that has taken pride since 1968. From 1968, we have never lost on 3,000 meters triple chase until the other day. For this, we are calling on the technical team to be responsible for the errors that costed our team medals, in which it seems like their preparation was stuck in old tactics, thus failing to match the current tactics and way of competition that is ever evolving, and therefore change is inevitable in the technical management of our athletes. We have also been concerned on the kind of reception that our athletes are subjected to when they land back. Yesterday, several athletes, including the two gold winners, jetted back to the country, but the kind of reception being accorded to them is still wanting, since even the cabinet secretary himself did not show up to receive. And it's good to note that the arrival of Faith and the other team member was at night, and we know our CS of Sports is active more at night, as you consider a number of events he attends. This type of welcoming of athletes reflects the general poor management and lack of motivation being accorded to the team. I therefore wish to call upon the Ministry of Sports, Athletics Kenya, and National Olympics Committee to explain the following to Kenyans. One, what really happened to our team management in, and if there were any prior arrangements for athletes' receptions in Nairobi. Number two, expound, and I saw Nock trying to explain some things a few weeks ago. Number two, expound on the reward scheme system and stipends given to winners for various categories. For example, in Uganda, you can see President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and Uganda government is giving at least a house, a car, and if you are not married, you are either given a wife or a husband. Why has the ministry reviewed the daily allowance from the previously agreed USD $300 to $60 per day? This was a 57-member team. If you calculate 240 USD, it comes to around 27.7 million Kenyan shillings.
And Harambe Starlets have issued a rallying call to fans ahead of their daunting 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations WAFCON qualifier against Cameroon. These two-legged encounters are set to take place between the 22nd and 26th of next month, with the first leg being played away from home. Now, if Starlets emerge victorious on aggregate against Cameroon, they will then face either Gabon or Botswana in the second round, scheduled to take place between November 27 and December 5th. Victory for Kenya in the second round would ensure automatic qualification for the prestigious 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco, a tournament Kenya last played in 2016 in what was their debut. And that's how we wrap up Newswatch tonight. Thank you for your invaluable company throughout this newscast. I have been your presenter, Melissa Odwar. Monica Ching has been helping us with this sign language. Have a lovely night.